So my interest is in trying to solve the problem of getting wider and better access to smallholder farmers to seed, to quality seed of new and improved varieties. Many of the crops we work with, we're here in ICRISAT, we're very much interested in ICRISAT mandate crops like sorghum, millet, groundnut, chickpea. For many of those crops, it's difficult for smallholder farmers in many of the countries that we work in Asia and sub-Saharan Africa to actually buy and get access to these seeds. And the interesting thing for me is that we have this divide that for many of these crops are bred by the public sector, by the CGIAR, by institutes like ICRISAT, and through your national program partners. But a lot of the skills and the capacity to deliver those seeds to farmers sits in the private sector, in local and small and medium-sized seed companies. So our interest is in developing public-private partnerships, novel and innovative public and private partnerships between public breeders and small and medium-sized local seed companies. And that's the area that we're very much interested in. And the good news is that we're developing some models, some innovative licensing models that enable private sector seed companies to profit from the sale of those seeds and even to return royalty income back to be reinvested in more public breeding by the NARs. But of course what we're really interested in is the benefits that the smallholder farmers get by getting access to those seeds. And we're also interested in linking access to seeds to products like low-cost insurance, because we realize it's the farmers that are taking the risk in investing in these seeds, investing in his or her own businesses, and other allied technologies. So we hope to see profitable seed companies, but what we're really interested in is the smallholders getting access to these modern varieties, which could increase the revenue they can get from moving from being subsistence farmers to developing a surplus which they can sell in the market, which we hope they then use back for their families to provide education for their children and whatever else they want to spend that income on. So the interest for us now is where do we expand next? We've been working mostly in East Africa, but we want to expand our model much more in West Africa and parts of Southeast Asia, particularly Myanmar. And in doing our research and market assessment of the needs in Myanmar and West Africa, we find that many of the ICRISAT mandate crops, in Myanmar, for example, chickpea, green gram, in West Africa, sorghum and groundnut, are a great deal of interest to us. And these are crops which are of huge importance to those countries and for where accessibility to quality seed is really lacking. So we decided in the next 3 years to focus on those crops, which is why I'm here in ICRISAT today, discussing with the scientists here and the management a bit about how we can collaborate with ICRISAT and to really push this idea forward of public-private partnerships between local seed companies.